Tonight, we start off by taking a look at information on spring class selection and our fall commencement speaker. Then, we'll inform you of several upcoming events on the Auburn University campus.
We'll also take a look nationally by updating you on the war in Israel and Republican Speaker of the House candidate. Finally, you'll get an Auburn sports update and the Pet of the Week.
All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6. Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm John Huff.
And I'm Kensley Davis. It's that time of year again. Auburn Tiger Scheduler has opened up its resources for spring 2024 semester, giving students an extensive list of classes offered next year and the chance to have them prepped and ready for registration time. Students are recommended to schedule a meeting with academic advisors and study their degree works on AU Access to make sure they are getting every class they need to graduate on time. Class sections will begin on November 6th at 8 a.m. To find an updated list of classes and your time ticket, visit AU Access Academic Program at auaccess.auburn.edu.
The founder and CEO of Sylvan Sport, 1989 Auburn University Industrial Design graduate Thomas Dempsey was announced as the school's fall commencement speaker. With his award-winning work featured in the likes of the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, ABC, and more, Dempsey's life has been spent advocating for sustainability and fostering a creative, innovative leadership prowess. Dempsey said, "So much of my life experience and success is attributed to the academic foundation instilled in me during my time at Auburn. I am so honored and grateful to return to campus and share the joy and memories made on such an important day." Commencement will commence on December 9th at 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6 p.m. in the Neville Arena. For more information, visit auburn.edu/commencement.
Although you may have seen a lot of blood on the movie screens this Halloween season, one organization is asking for it in donations. The American Red Cross is hosting a series of blood drives across campus throughout the fall semester. One took place within the Student Center last week. Auburn ROTC has scheduled two in the Nicholas Center on Wednesday from 8 until 1 and Thursday afternoon from 1 until 6. Two more are set to follow in mid-November.
Hey! Yes, that's right. Known as one of Auburn's longest and most cherished traditions, Hay Day is returning to the Plains for its 76th year on October 18th. Meant to welcome World War II student veterans back to campus in 1947, SGA and the rest of the student body have come together every year since to unite the Auburn family with name tags, free food, a pep rally, fun events, special guests, and of course, a friendly atmosphere for anyone involved. Festivities will take place Wednesday from 8 to 10:30 a.m. on the Haley Concourse and 11 to 1:30 p.m. on the campus green space. T-shirts will be available for pickup purchases only. Hope to see you there.
Interested in expanding your cultural horizons? Got a knack for engineering? Well, Auburn University has got you covered. The Mountain Student Center Ballroom is hosting Engineering Together, a multicultural event open to all students. The event welcomes anyone wanting to learn how to best prepare for interdisciplinary teams experience in the workforce. Speakers will range from an assortment of students and faculty. The free event will take place on Thursday, October 19th from 6 till 8 p.m. When we come back, we'll inform you on rising tensions as the violence continues across the world and the anniversary of a tragic shooting. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
President Joe Biden scraped a planned trip to Colorado just hours before he was set to depart, instead holding meetings with his national security team Monday as Israel's war with Hamas escalates. Israeli forces are amassing on the Gaza border ahead of a potential invasion into the Strip, a move that follows days of retaliatory strikes in response to a Hamas terrorist attack over a week ago that killed more than 1,400 Israelis. Since then, there have been hundreds of military and civilian deaths on both sides. The hostage number is also rising. Monday, up to 199 people believed held by militants, Americans among them. The horrors of the war igniting passionate demonstrations stateside as well. Laura Aguirre brings us the latest.
It is high time that they be banished from the realm of existence.
Israel Defense Forces are resolute in their objective as they ready for a massive ground operation against Hamas in Gaza.
You know our deep commitment to Israel's right, indeed its obligation, to defend itself
On several fronts, U.S. officials are threading the needle between American support for Israel's offensive and minimizing Palestinian civilian casualties.
We all want to see the people of Gaza protected.
Over 1 million Palestinians have fled south from northern Gaza, heeding Israel's warnings. But until Egypt agrees to open its border, they wait in southern Gaza, with food, water, and medicine dangerously scarce. In Haifa, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship set sail for Cyprus, evacuating some Americans. But not everyone wanted to go.
I think that we should stay in Israel with our nation and with our family.
Images of war and human suffering are fueling widespread protests in the U.S. and now possibly a murder. Police in Plainfield Township, Illinois, arrested and charged a 71-year-old man with fatally stabbing a 6-year-old Palestinian-American boy and seriously wounding his mother. The victims, who are Muslim, were the man's rental tenants. A federal hate crime investigation is underway.
He was a lovely boy who loved his family, his friends, and he paid the price for the atmosphere of hate.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
It's been 1 year since a mass shooting left 5 people dead, including a police officer in Raleigh, North Carolina. On Saturday, city leaders, law enforcement officials, and community members gathered in Raleigh to honor the first responders and hospital workers who rushed to save lives that day. Sean Coffey has more.
I'm incredibly proud of all that you do, and I salute you because while many were running from danger, you were running to it.
A weekend of emotional tributes continuing Saturday.
Today we remember, today we reflect, today we stand together in support and solidarity, knowing that today is a foundation and a bridge for tomorrow.
City leaders, law enforcement officials, and civilians coming together to honor the first responders and hospital workers who rushed to save lives in the wake of the massacre. Duana Daly worked as a 911 supervisor that day.
Everybody from across the state wanted to know how they could help, and that's the thing that stands out to me the most.
WakeMed's trauma team also receiving recognition for their life-saving work.
We're ready, we train for it, but we also know that the outcome is not always perfect.
The event follows an emotional vigil held Friday night in the neighborhood that's still healing 1 year later. Chief Patterson says that healing has provided a needed sense of unity.
I think we have to continue to honor the lives of those who were fallen and their legacy as well, making sure that we are a community of one, making sure even though we have differences that we come together and we align and work for the best for Raleigh.
A Saturday filled with reflection and a powerful message.
Yes, we lost Nicole Connors and Susan Carnitz and Mary Marshall and James Thompson. And yes, Lynn Garner continues on her journey to recovery, and she looks amazing. But we remain Raleigh strong.
Republican Representative Jim Jordan is pushing to be the next Speaker of the House. He's hoping to succeed the recently ousted Kevin McCarthy, who lost the role in large part due to members of his own party. And now Jordan is likewise facing an uphill battle in his quest due to some in the House GOP. John Lorink reports.
It's been 13 days since Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as Speaker of the House, and the role is still vacant.
It's time to end the Republican Civil War so we can get back to doing the business of the American people.
The Republican conference nominated Rep. Jim Jordan of Ohio for Speaker last week. However, numerous GOP sources tell CNN dozens of House Republicans will vote no for Jordan.
Nothing's impossible, but it's going to be really, really difficult based on what I'm hearing.
To become Speaker of the House, a nominee has to secure the majority of the full House, which, because of 2 vacancies, is 217 votes. That means any Republican, in this case Jordan, can only lose 4 GOP votes if the Democrats unanimously vote for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We want to ensure that votes are taken on bills that have substantial Democratic support and substantial Republican support, so that the extremists aren't able to dictate the agenda.
The House is expected to hold a vote for House Speaker on Tuesday, according to an email CNN obtained from House Minority Whip Catherine Clark.
We have a lot of people on the bench. I think Jim Jordan will be an excellent speaker. I think he'll be able to get to 217. If not, we have other leaders in the House.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
When we come back, we'll give you the sports update from last week with Jack Corbett. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Welcome back to the Eagle Eye TV News at 6. My name is Jack Corbett, and we have a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off with golf last Monday, which means hitting some links on the golf course. The #1 ranked Auburn's men's team and Auburn's women's team were in full swing in North Carolina. The tournaments were two-day affairs, and by the end of Tuesday, both teams finished in second place overall, capping off two great results. Now we're going to giddy on over to Martin, Tennessee, as the #2 ranked Auburn equestrian team faced #10 UT Martin. Friday was an absolute battle, with the score tied at 9 apiece going to the final leg of the competition. However, Auburn pulled out the win, and the Tigers horses would leave with an 11-9 victory after some late clutch points that were secured by senior Isabella Tesmer and sophomore Alexia Tordoff. Just down the road from equestrian, #22 Auburn volleyball faced #10 Tennessee in Knoxville. The Tigers fell to the Volunteers 3-1 as Auburn struggled to gain momentum throughout the game, besides an 8-1 stretch led in the second set by Paige Thibault that would result in their only set victory. Soccer decided to stay in town this week and face Texas A&M at home. This game was a defensive roller coaster, and ultimately the game ended scoreless at a 0-0 tie. Auburn's Maddie Prohaska was clutch as she saved all 7 shots she faced to keep the Tigers even with the Aggies. Yesterday, Auburn's softball team had a doubleheader and they were on an absolute rampage. The mercy rule was deleted from the rulebook on Sunday, with the Tigers winning by a combined score of 38-3. First, Coastal Alabama Community College, Auburn scored 25 runs and let up only 3. Against Enterprise State Community College, yesterday's game felt pointless as Auburn won 13-0 and the Bull Weevils could not get on the board. Finally, let's get to some good old football. Auburn was in Baton Rouge Saturday in a battle of the Tigers. A slow start defined Auburn's performance as by the end of the first, #22 LSU already obtained a 17-0 lead. From there, the Tigers of Baton Rouge did not take their foot off the gas pedal in the second half. LSU doubled Auburn in total yards this game and converted on 6 of their 9 third downs. LSU came out victorious with a 48-18 win and left Auburn and Coach Hugh Freeze with a lot of gaps to close before they face Ole Miss this Saturday in Jordan-Hare. This has been Jack Corbett with your sports update, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Taylor Swift fans turned out in full force this weekend for the film version of her Eras Tour. David Daniel has a look at the movie's surprising path to movie theaters.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Taylor Swift's late August announcement that a film of her Eras Tour would hit theaters took everyone by surprise.
This was completely out of nowhere, it seems. A dream come true and music to the ears of theater owners.
Box office analyst Paul Degarabedian says fans immediately began buying advance tickets like it was, well, a Taylor Swift tour.
They had pre-sales that were reported to be early on within the first 24 hours at about $29 million.
Multiple theater chains are reporting record pre-sales. That made Friday the 13th a scary release date for other studio films.
Very notably, The Exorcist Believer, which was set for that Friday the 13th, appropriately enough, they had to move back to the 6th.
Start over, start fresh, create the new. That's what the Renaissance is about.
Eras isn't the only major music tour headed to theaters. Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, chronicling the tour that drew 2.7 million fans, figures to bring more to theaters when it opens December 1st.
I think we're going to see a renaissance, if you will, in the whole genre of concert films and music in theaters.
It's going to be called the Eras Tour. See you there.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A rare interstellar event wowed weekend warriors in the West, the likes of which won't be seen again in this part of the world for a while. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Eyes were on the skies over the weekend and shielded by protective eyewear, hopefully, to take in a rare celestial spectacle nicknamed the Ring of Fire Eclipse. Ah, the Ring of Fire. Sounds like something from the Lord of the Rings, am I right? Right? Am I the only Tolkien nerd here? Fine, be that way. Millions in North, Central, and South America were in prime viewing position, taking in the visual phenomenon whereby the moon, unable to completely block the sun, instead leaves a blazing ring of light around the edges, hence the Ring of Fire. Skywatchers in New Mexico were treated to a double high-flying visual feast as the 9-day Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta was capped off with the eclipse encore. Experts say it's the last of its kind over the Americas until 2046, making this sumptuous lunar spectacle all the more precious. And from eye-popping to mind-blowing, take a look at AI's idea of a walking robot. Let me explain. In an effort to better understand how cutting-edge artificial intelligence models think, Northwestern researchers tasked one with a challenge: design a robot that can walk. In no time flat, the model spit out a design for a squishy 3D printed blob packed with pockets that, when fueled by puffs of air, would indeed propel the cushy cube across short distances. Sure, it doesn't look like a traditional robot, and to be fair, the AI didn't get it on the first try. It took a full 26 seconds for it to evolve into its final form, but the results of the exercise thrilled the researchers and could open the door to all kinds of AI-powered robot designs in the future. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, right. Or take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Do you have a love of adventure and spending time with friends? Maybe you feel like there is something missing in your life. Well, the Care Humane Society may have found the new perfect addition to your family. Meet our pet of the week, Ruby. A friendly girl who loves staying active with other dogs, Ruby Roo loves to spend her free time becoming one of the heaviest decor pillows on your sofa. Although she has never lived with one, Ruby has also proven herself to be a friend to felines as well. She is spayed, neutered, heartworm treated, and ready to pack her bags and relax with you in your living room. Apply for her today online.
We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm John Huff.
And I'm Kensley Davis. Thank you for watching War Eagle Auburn.